University. And I was also involved with the department. I come from the Department of Systems and Computer Engineering, and I had the pleasure and honor to chair the department for a number of years in the past. I'd like to thank you for helping us celebrate the accomplishment of the Department of Systems and Computer Engineering. So from the beginning of the department has always done major precedences and major firsts. So the first to introduce programs in computer systems engineering, B-Engine computer systems engineering. That was the only program for a while, but then the program has expanded a lot after that. So we have right now programs in B-Engine software engineering, B-Engine communications engineering, that covers wireless and internet protocol. The B-Engine communications engineering is the only such program in Canada. We know everywhere in the world there are telecommunications engineering programs, but until now this is the only program here. The program is also involved in the electrical engineering program and has introduced as well a program in biomedical and electrical engineering that has been very successful as well, looking at medical instrumentation, medical imaging, and alike. So these are the undergraduate programs, but the department is also involved in many very prestigious graduate programs at the master's and PhD level as well. So we are grateful that through these years of growth, we were supported by those who shared a vision of what this department could be. And we really thank you for your support. And in particular here, one of our partners, Bell Canada, is being recognized tonight due to Bell Canada's outstanding commitment to advancing the level of excellence of our programs, faculty, and students. We would like also to thank and recognize individuals who, through their one-on-one work and guest lecture appearances, have added tangible values to our students' education. So now I'd like to call on my colleague, Dr. Rajdi Hafez, who is the chair of the Department of Systems and Computer Engineering, and who is also my own supervisor, to say a few words.
Especially, of course, for the guest speakers of SYSC 4700, who have actually done great work over the many years, and we really thank them very much. I also would like to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Dave Faulkner with us. Professor Dave Faulkner is here, and it was a great pleasure to see him after several years of absence. So really, that was by itself a great pleasure for myself. Travel around the world attending conferences, they knew the Faulkner more than they knew Carleton University. And they actually told us, yeah, you are working in the department that Dave Faulkner is working. That's true. So it's really a great honor to have them here with us today. Yeah, we are here to celebrate also or to acknowledge the communication engineering program. It's a unique program, it's a robust program. And for one, I believe that when the books of history are written many years from now, they will look back at this period and they say, this was the time of communications. This was the time of internet. This was the time when the whole world started talking to each other. So we are right in the middle of it. And I also feel that the world is about to change again. And we are right in the middle of that change. We are, our department is very actively involved in things like big data, sensor networks, Internet of Everything, and cloud computing. All these things actually have very strong communication components in it. And that again sort of indicates that there is a great future for our students in this program who are focused on this unique area, and we really wish them the So, now I would like to just call my colleague, Professor Halim to just acknowledge a couple of individuals who have contributed quite a bit to 47.
I am Halim from Systems and Computer Engineering Department, and I am involved in communications engineering in a number of ways, including having the privilege of coordinating SYSC 4700 telecommunications engineering course, which is quite special. It involves almost 2 dozen guest speakers from academia, industry, federal labs. Many of our guest lecturers are tonight here. I would like to acknowledge 2 of them, although they are all very special. One of them is Robert Hutton at the back. Robert is the person who founded this course 26 years ago. Thank you very much, Bob. Please join me. Thank you, Bob. And also we have another guest lecturer who has been teaching for 26 consecutive years. And Mr. John Wright is also with us. Thank you very much, John. One thing that is special about this course is that every year our students go to 2 different PAL facilities, and due to logistics and the large size of the course, every year 6 to 8 tours for each of the facilities. And these are Bell Canada facilities. We are very thankful to Bell for its support to Carleton University and the Faculty of Engineering year after year. And tonight we will acknowledge 2 individuals again for the last very many years opening the facilities to us, conducting tours to our students. I will invite them to stage one by one. Let us start with the manager of the Bell's Global Network Management Center, manager in O'Connor Street, Mr. Henry Stashinsky. Henry, please. I would like to acknowledge the senior manager for this Bell facility, Mr. Malachek, as well, who is with us. Thank you, Joe, for and the other facility that our students visit is Bell Mobility's Central Switching Center. And the person there who is responsible for the tours is Mr. Gerald Lette. Gerald, yes.
He is the head of technology for Wi-Fi for Ericsson. He is previously the CTO of Bell Air Networks. He has actually more than 35 years of experience in telecommunication product management. He has over 25 patents to his name for the telecommunication. He's very actively involved in the standardization graduate, and he's also senior member of IPA. So please join me in welcoming.
It's a real privilege for me to be here, this esteemed crew. Thank you for inviting me to speak. I really do appreciate it. It has been a real pleasure and a privilege for me to lecture in this telecommunications engineering course that Nalim has been running. And I really think that you've done, you and your predecessor, Dave Faulconer, and I guess Bob Houghton, who's here from, what, 26 years ago? Wow. I'm a young one compared to this. You really to be credited for this very unique opportunity. I mean, it really is a unique opportunity. It's great for students to get a taste of what they learn in all their other courses and how it really gets translated into what happens out there in the real world of industry. Right? So I think it's a wonderful, wonderful experience that you're providing for the students. And you know, for me personally, it's always so invigorating to come on this campus and experience the energy and the enthusiasm of the student population. It really does charge the old man's batteries, you know, so I really get a lot out of it. Okay, I know when the lecture is at 8:30 in the morning sometimes, there may be a few less than energetic stragglers, but I remember being one of those too, right? So it's okay. Halim mentioned to me recently that he had regaled the class with a quote from Forbes magazine. And Forbes was going on about how many of the world's billionaires are in tech business. Names like Bill Gates, and Larry Ellison, and Mark Zuckerberg, we all know those names. But there were a lot of new names that I didn't know. Founders of companies like Uber and Airbnb, Snapchat, Zalando, and Rocket Internet. All of the founders of those companies are billionaires now. There's no doubt that tech is riding high. Apple, whose market cap is now over $700 billion, that's twice that of the number 2, which is ExxonMobil. You know the last company that achieved that rarefied status was IBM in the 1980s. Very interesting, a technology company again, way back then. And we're constantly amazed, at least I am, with stories of companies like Instagram. You young guy, you all know about Instagram. It's a photo sharing service who, as best as I can figure, its key claim to fame is that it crops the picture square. Well, it was founded in 2010 by a team of 15 people, and it was bought by Facebook in 2012 for over $1 billion. So, cropping square is the concept. Closer to the industry that I know best, which is mobile communications, there was a cover article on the recent issue of the prestigious Economist magazine that was titled Planet of the Phones. It's hard to believe that Steve Jobs launched the iPhone just 8 years ago. Remember when? It was in January. I remember. I was so excited. And I have been accused of being an Apple fanboy. I know. But now, Phono sapiens cannot live without it. Did you know that about 3,000 smartphones ship every minute? Not hour, minute. Half the world's adult population owns one. The average American spends about 2 hours a day immersed in the thing, and I think I see lots of people spending way more time than that. 80% of owners check it within 15 minutes of getting up. And 10% admit to having used it during sex. I don't want to know. But seriously, it is and it's really about the combination. It's this combination of smart, portable devices, an incredibly diverse and rich range of applications and services, and ever-improving network connectivity. It takes those three things that together are enriching our lives, reshaping entire industries, and indeed transforming societies, right? You know, when I think back now, the processing power of these devices is truly amazing. The latest generation, I have an iPhone 6, I know, a contemporary high-end smartphone has almost as much computing power as the CDC mainframe that I worked on in my first job in the 1970s, right? It is absolutely incredible what we've done. But then remember I talked about network connectivity, the network connectivity that we all take for granted, network neutrality, right, has also advanced incredibly. Remember, the first iPhone was 2G, right? GPRS, for those that don't know that. And it was 802.11b Wi-Fi. That was only 8 years ago, right? Now we're moving into 5G and into multi-gigabit per second 802.11ac Wi-Fi. Amazing, right? On the cost side, since 2005, the cost of delivering a megabyte wirelessly has dropped from $8 to a few pennies. Amazing. And at the same time, data traffic is growing exponentially, with 5 exabytes a month right now of mobile data traffic, growing to 25 exabytes over the next 5 years. Half of that is video, because nobody wants to read anymore. Yeah. By the way, just in case you weren't sure, an exabyte is 1 million terabytes. Amazing, right? 25 exabytes a month over mobile networks. So now we can always be connected. We can have access to all the information we want wherever we are. There's never, ever an excuse to have an uninformed conversation. With knowledge, individuals can challenge authoritarianism. With information, our society can become so much more efficient, and creative mobile applications will remake entire industries. Just look at Uber as an example, right? But things weren't always this good. I lived through the aughties, the tech meltdown of 2002, when we lost some great institutions like Northern Telecom and Bell Northern Research. And I'm even old enough to remember the hard times in the late 80s. But you know, in those hard times, the tough get going. We created a company called Bel Air Networks in 2002 that, on all accounts, did pretty well. And you know, for me, it wasn't about the money. It was about changing the world just a little bit. We had a dream, in management speak, a vision, of taking Wi-Fi to the next level, making it available in all kinds of places that it had never been available before. We helped people access the internet that never could before. We made cities safer places to live, and we made utilities more efficient. Achieving that dream gave me experiences and opportunities I could never have imagined. The intense pride of seeing my product live 11 months after sketching it on a napkin in Tim Hortons. That's what I live for. The privilege of being able to work with one of the most talented and enthusiastic teams I have ever known. Traveling the world and seeing my babies at places like St. Paul's Cathedral in London. Articulating that vision to interested customers and audiences from Barcelona to Beijing. I wouldn't trade my engineering career in this ICT sector for anything. But God, I hate that name, ICT. I really do. I've lived through some pretty amazing advancements, and I'm convinced that there is lots left for all of you to influence and benefit from too. We're now moving beyond 4G mobile networks to 5G by 2020. We're going from human communications to the Internet of Things, what Ericsson calls the network society, a world of 50 billion connected devices. Those devices will look after our health, safely connect our cars, and make our homes more energy efficient. There are so many applications and benefits yet to be fathomed. So to me, the future is bright. You students, young men and women, you're the future. With time, perseverance, ambition, and a dream, you will make a difference. Thank you.
There are a couple of things I would like to mention. Actually, remember the movie Back to the Future? We were predicting how the technology will evolve in the year 2015 back then. And CNN actually, on the New Year, they said actually most of their prediction hasn't happened yet. We don't have flying cars or alphabet boards or any of that stuff. One area exceeded the expectation of their imagination. That's the smartphone. Because in that movie, they still had telephone booths in the streets. They tried to make it cool. But they said, no, that's gone. So that's actually far exceeded their expectation. And yeah, the telephone industry, it's incredible. And we don't really talk about it a lot in that industry. I also would like to direct your attention that the gallery is not this floor only. The gallery actually, I think the good stuff is upstairs. But you are not allowed to bring food upstairs. So after you can go around in Nichols here, and if you want to see the collection of the gallery, you can take a small flight upstairs and see that. And I also would like to acknowledge my 3,500 students.